play video first.
He is prison, he is prison, he is prison, he is prison, he is
Blasphemy! What is it good for? Does it get you noticed? Does it grab your attention? Insight! No one fucking cares about your chips, mate. No one cares. They're chips. This is KFC. No one gives a fuck. So, I maybe read your brief wrong, but the main thing I read is to get them talking. My second insight is that this will be something of a second coming. A resurrection, if you will. This began as a shock campaign and has evolved into something a lot stranger, as an Instagram or TikTok campaign on KFC's account. The campaign itself. This campaign will run over Easter. And on Palm Sunday, KFC will put out a video recreating Jesus entering Jerusalem over palm leaves, but every character in it will be a ship. Holy Wednesday, Trail. We will create a video of, of Judas betraying Christ. And this will be interspersed with tweets condoning the fries, which is in itself a betrayal of brand. Thursday, supper. KFC will recreate the Last Supper, but with fries as humans. Good Friday. This is the day that Jesus Christ fried for our sins. He will be crucified on the cross, maybe against two other crosses that bear McDonald's and Burger King. Easter Sunday, he is risen. Fry 2.0 has come back to life as a new and different brand. And then from Easter Monday onwards, Christ is risen. He may meet a Fry Mary Magdalene or some disciples, and we will advertise the new qualities of the KFC fries. The disciples. There's a secondary part to this campaign, and that is that we find 12 Instagram or TikTok accounts who will make feverish and surreal meme content. I would like them to already be popular. I would like them to wear a crucifix. I don't know if mine survived, I can't see beyond my beard. It has. And they will tag their videos with #ad, but be deliberately vague about who or what they are advertising for. They will sponsor on the holy days, aforementioned, making their own content as long as it is vaguely relevant. Example content. I believe I already showed you an idea of what I imagined this could be. Something deranged, feverish, memorable, and something that you definitely cannot scroll past. But some other ideas may be recreating the Last Supper in a Da Vinci Renaissance style with your friends in a KFC with trays full of fries, burning a KFC chip packet and drawing a cross on the head with the ashes of the KFC chips. And also a kiss of Judas, but maybe where both participants' mouths are full of fries in a ridiculous way. Does it work? Mystery. This imagery is blatant, completely recognizable. and wholly offensive. But it's still fairly vague, and it's fairly vague if you're an influencer as well. It creates a question for the audience, following something that they will want to be answered. It could begin so vague that they don't know where it's going to end up, and it may keep them following and engaged, which makes them easier to sell things to. Controversy. Risk. Risk can turn heads. Sauvage Cologne increased sales amid Johnny Depp's physical abuse allegations. Do you know that?
Yeah, Jesus.
It's grim. It's fucking grim. But maybe using the Lord's name in vain could boost chip sales. Memes. The kids, they're all at it. And they're all on TikTok, my friends. They're all on TikTok and Instagram. The McDonald's Grimace Shake became infamous through TikTok. Do you remember that? So did the Spider-Man Whopper, became a meme. The Fraggles, maybe the Uncanny Divine campaign, could span organic content that secures attention. I'd like to finish on the note that I didn't go for brand voice, I just went for brand knowability. Because there's no way that people would not be talking about this. I've been the father of Christ. Thank you very much.
I've written down, no one cares about the fucking chips. Just when I thought keeping them teeth was going to be a hard sell to clients. There's a few things. I love the confidence, I love the dedication, I love the originality. But there are some no-go zones with most of my clients, politics being one, religious tones, definitely another. And I've written, I don't know if it was on the brief, but we need it, we've announced the fries already, so a timely rollout is key, so waiting till April maybe isn't like...
Really, really? Is it 4 years? 4 years? How long have they been out for?
No, so they had they launched them the first time 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And since they've still had bad press, so they're relaunching Fries 2.0. So this is that one. Yeah.
Wow.
So we need it soon in April. So maybe you could have gone like the Christmas time, Jesus being born kind of thing instead. Maybe.
That'd be cruise fried, man.
So yeah, I think it delivery, dedication, confidence, originality, all spot on. A big thing is that it would never get past the client because of the religious and political.
The real question is, like my soul, can you save my brief?
So, can I jump in? Do you want to hear it? Punnage, 10 out of 10. Like,
I'm
1
literally
out
put
of
the others
10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, fun 10 out of 10. I did read that, sorry. Yeah, unbelievable amount of questionnaire, great. Yeah, obviously the religion part in like the real world would get past client, but I think that like there are some nice things in there. Like for example, it made me think of this has got to be driven by taste, and obviously God created the world, He made the land and the sea and then the light and whatever, and this is like the fries, the seasoning and this is kind of like the creation of these fries over the time, and then Sunday's a day of rest or whatever, and we're kind of like at that, God's created man kind of thing, where like, I guess it's just some kind of similarity in terms of like the way that these new fries are crafted and perfect as there is to kind of like God creating the world. But I think if there's a way to kind of execute that and not really ever mention God and just kind of take that kind of narrative, then this could kind of be like a nice campaign in terms of taste and that like nice craft of the fries, and it just makes me laugh that you're kind of like red and white Colonel and like God, and you've put him, obviously thought about him as this like icon in the same kind of way, and the way that God's created the world, the Colonel's crafting these fries and his legacy of the seasoning and stuff like that, and that secret recipe. So I think there's something really nice in that. It'd be good to see like, I guess, examples of content to just see how you think that you would like execute this in terms of like a meme or a trend, or like how it would live on social, because it's always helpful to see rather than to hear it. But I definitely think you've got like an area to play in. I just think, focus on the taste rather than religion, and keep up the puns.
Okay, I want to challenge the religion is a no-go area thing, because for KFC in the real world, it is. But the Greg's sausage roll nativity scene, where baby Jesus was become a sausage roll, they got a lot of backlash for it and they had to take it down. I wish they hadn't, because it was one of the most memorable and most successful excavations they've ever done. So I do think there's merit in it if you can link it to the product and if you've got the chops for it. I think, to George's point, what could have saved the brief would be those mock-ups, show us what it looks like, show us how you're going to bring it to life. But I mean, that was brilliant. But yeah, the resurrection angle, that like the second coming, like it was very much in line with where we started at the beginning of Fries, where it was like great things take, you know, they don't always happen the first time, it's like the third time, second time, lucky, like that kind of narrative would work. I think when you're presenting it, I mean, pitch theatre A+, well done. Like we were immersed. You had us on the edge of our seats. In terms of, I forgot what I was going to say. Presenting it.
Things don't happen all the time. So I was trying to
I put here show me TikToks because when you were saying like got to memes, I was like, let's see some memes. I would have liked that brought to life. I think when it's all like sort of the religious imagery and then like, you know, big bold statements can scare them off more. So if you can then calm them down a bit, like, but this is our big creative starting point.
If you give it to organic creators though, I wouldn't be able to show you examples of that, because if they already had a following for a specific way that they make comedy, then they would be the ones adding the voice. We could vet it, sure, I definitely would. This wouldn't get past it anyway. This would be vetted, but.
Creative execution's quite nice. Like, I was crying out to see the adventures of the disciples. Like, what are they doing?
I dare say, have you ever tried to stop them from making chips?
No.
Don't.
One other thing I was going to say, your Renaissance art kind of thing that you've used in the fries, just actually kind of like that. There's this like heavenly feel, and I do think you're in this heavenly kind of taste, this resurrection. You kind of got something there to play in. I think it's really strong.
Like it would have been really, sorry to interject, but as you was talking about like the art and stuff, I think one of those famous paintings of like Adam and God, like you know when they're touching fingers, imagine if he was passing a fry. Like
Touching
very
fries.
Yeah.
That's very Liverpool road that as well.
Yeah. I mean I love the video that you started with, that was hilarious, well done for filming that, editing it, that was great, that was very, very TikTok. And like what Eve was saying, it would have been nice to have seen more mock-ups, rather than you like just talking and telling us, show us, we want to see it.
This is a process for ideas, though, not about mock-ups, right?
Yeah. It just, I guess,
I forgot what it is.
It helps.
Together.
Of course, yeah. But appreciate the effort as well. Only thing else I wanted to add, like obviously with the religious connotations, I don't know whether you could have like pivoted it slightly and made it, this might still be a bit too rogue, but going down like more of like maybe a cult following, because obviously in the video you have that like worshipping of the fries, which I kind of like.
I think that's probably the way to
I
do
think
it.
maybe that's the way, it's less religious connotations, but maybe a little bit safer of having like that one
You
Lord.
can make it anonymous rather than Jesus, your Lord and Saviour, which some people might take very personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great, love them, every single one, found on that.
It's brilliant. I just love the fact personifying fries and he is risen.
Yeah, and the second coming, like that.
Yeah.
One last thing as well, again, just in terms of like heavenly and all the kind of different parts that you've got, there's where you kind of insert fries, even just like a huge, when you put the fry balls, this huge like table kind of, I'm just thinking like, you know, visually, but like this huge table with food and this big banquet and those kind of ideas of feasting and stuff like that as well. You've got something there as well. I think it could be a really strong campaign in terms of like, it could lead with the visuals rather than like, you know, anything else, and these are just like, it could be a full campaign of like Renaissance art kind of thing and like just inputting the fries into that, and that can lead with the visuals as well instead of like a super strong campaign line. Yeah.